All right, YouTube, I'm gonna make a video on installing and a first impressions review on an eBay cold air intake for a 96, I believe, to 2000, something like that, Dodge Ram. Gas vehicles, obviously. Won't work on the Cummins, but this is a 98 Dodge Ram. I will say I wouldn't probably buy an eBay product for something that you daily drive or something that's nice or you care about, but this is obviously a beater I use for just playing. It's a toy. The reason I did this intake is because this factory box here, even though it did have a K&N filter in it when I bought it, I don't care for the fact that your air must go in here and then it's got to go up through the filter and then it makes a 180-degree turn back down into the motor. It doesn't seem really efficient. I've just bought a bored out 53 millimeter oversized throttle body for it. This is the old one, it's already on there, the new one. So I figure if I'm going to have a new throttle body, a little bit more airflow, I'd try to increase the airflow through the filter. Now, I will say as far as product quality, things I like, things I don't like, the piece that replaces your actual air box here, it seems okay. It fits on the throttle body okay. It's not like something that you would get that would be factory quality, obviously, but it's not terrible. The boot here, we'll see how long that'll last. This material is soft and pliable, but it seems like it's probably going to dry out with the heat, probably crack one of these days. I don't expect that to last forever. The hardware here seems good. This is a piece of aluminum. It seems all right, not too bad. The filter, got a couple of concerns about the filter. One, it doesn't slide onto this pipe very far. I don't like that. It is pretty secure. I don't feel like it's gonna fall off, but I'll be checking it regularly to make sure it's not just popping off there, because like I say, it's only going on like 3/8 of an inch. I feel like that could be a little bit better. And for some reason, this filter spins on here, which makes me think there could be a gap around here. I don't know that it's gonna draw in any dirt, dust through that, but that just seems a little odd that that spins on the rubber mount. Once it's in place, it does, I know it's kind of hard to see, but it does line up with the factory location of where the air comes in through the fender pretty well. This box, I don't think it's going anywhere. It seems good enough. It's solid. It's only hold on by 2 bolts. One here, and then one, it's underneath the filter, goes through to the bottom of the fender. I had to replace that because there didn't seem to be a bolt that really went to it. The only other concern, this is probably the biggest concern I had about it, was they gave you this mounting bracket, comes welded to the pipe, but no matter how you rotate this pipe, it doesn't line up with anything on the truck. Now, I lined the pipe up so that this filter lines up in here correctly, and the pipe goes directly into here, and that put that mount right about here, but it was way short of reaching anything on the truck. My fix for that, I did look at other videos and most people just aren't using that. Or I won't say most people, I could only really find one video that was this exact intake and one that was similar. And the one that I found that was this exact intake, they didn't even use that. So these are rubber shock tower bushings that I had just from other projects, and I don't remember what this was from. It's just something I had in the shop, but I was able to get up under here and drill these holes, mount this, and it had a screw hole in it for that. I put these bushings on and it's good and solid. I would take the time to do something there, because without that, this is gonna come apart. I guarantee it. You take this off-road and do any sort of getting over bumps or anything, this is gonna fall apart. So take the extra half hour, whatever it takes you, go to the hardware store, get something, and make yourself a little mount for this. If I missed something obvious and somebody knows where that was supposed to go, let me know. But I sat around scratching my head on that for a good half hour, and this is what I found, and it's solid. So, I mean, regardless, I feel that's as good as anything they might have wanted you to do with it. I did have to bend this bracket a little bit to get it to go straight into the truck here. It has a slight bend in it from when you get it, not enough to really do anything. It's basically just sticking straight out. Anyway, the other thing is you probably don't want to do this if you're on the road, but they give you a blue hose here. And then mine's a little shorter than what it came because I cut some off of it. But what that's meant for is your PCV valve. I've seen some other videos that they thought that was a vacuum line. It's not a vacuum line. That's your positive crankcase ventilation. It does not have to go into your intake. Honestly, that's an emissions thing. That's to keep any vapors that build up in your crankcase from escaping to atmosphere, so they direct them back into your intake. Well, it's full of oil and nasty crap, so it makes your intake dirty. So in the old days, they used to just vent them to atmosphere. And I found out that if you take the hose, it's here, that originally came up and went into the air box and just spin it 180 degrees, it's just like the old ones. It's right there, just hanging down. It'll just vent to atmosphere. Like I said, this is an off-road vehicle, doesn't belong on the road. It wouldn't be legal to do that and keep it on the road that way. But seeing as this truck just goes off-road, that's perfectly fine. For $50-some plus shipping, I think I was $63 into this. I do think it's well worth it if you want to do a little modification to it, and keep a good eye on it. Make sure it's not coming apart. Keep checking this here. I think that will rot out eventually, but yeah, $60, I think it's okay. A little bit of work, ingenuity. It'll be nice and solid, a little bit better than probably how they designed it. So that's all I got.